Welcome to the Explore Norway question show, where we answer your questions about Norway. Join our live stream where we will help you with, for example, how it is to travel in Norway, where the hidden gems are, what you should not waste your time on, or if your road trip is feasible.
Oh no, I'm busy when the live stream is on.
No problem. We have it covered. Go in the description and send us your questions with the form. You can watch the recording later. We hope to see you soon.
Hello and welcome to the Explore Norway question show. And today we have several guests with us today. Let's say this one. We have my sister from Fagerhjørnet, and we have the famous Atle Hovi from Beitostølen Resort as a representative from the Norwegian tourist industry, which can give you great insight. So welcome, both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So if you have questions, then just write them in the chat, and then we will show them and discussing here. So we have several questions. Let's which one shall we pack? Oh, that's a classic one, I see. How can hikers and campers prepare for unpredictable weather in Norway? What do you see, Atle, in this kind of questions? How do you
I think it's all about equipment, being prepared, and from experience from Beitostølen in the mountains, we are close to the national park Jotunheimen and also Langsua, and really, I'm really impressed about international visitors. They are really doing their planning and their research. 90% of all success is good planning, and they really go to the sites and they read information and they get knowledge. It's all about the equipment. It's no bad weather in Norway. It's only bad clothing. I would suggest read all recommendations on the websites, and also just before a visit, just stop by a sports shop. And the sports shops that they live of having happy customers in the mountains, and just get the advice, and they have so much knowledge. So just find a sports shop close to where you're going and just get the last advice. Just tell what you have in your backpack, what you're prepared, and what could happen, because they have the experience.
Yeah. And there is also the other rule there, ingen skam oss nu. There is no shame to turn around.
Oh yeah, we have the
Fjellvettregler,
and of course it's no problem to turn around.
Yeah. Let's see. Next question. Maybe the viewers have a question. Hello from Italy, our first viewer, Lori. Let's see. Okay, let me see. Can I make a marker? Yeah, that's what I can make that. Also, this is a classic question. Suggest hidden gems and lost touristy outdoor experience in Norway. Basically, anywhere which is not known on social media. And you don't go to go far away. I mean, like we are in Jotunheimen, you have Bergen, but if you go to any mountains nearby, it's already way less people. That's true. And yeah, if you stay away from and it's always as beautiful, it's just not discovered yet. And I mean, many of even the famous hike today, like Trolltunga, that's new. Nobody cared like 20 years ago. But Bergen, that was since when is Bergen known, or Atle?
Bergen is in the National Park of Jotunheimen. It was a national park 1980, and in the 80s it was like 5,000 hikers every summer, and then it just got gradually more known in the 90s, and now it's about 80,000 hikers. But there are plenty of other tours around. So just, Norway's a big national park. I think there are plenty. It's what the eye sees. It's all about what we Norwegians think it's a hidden gem. I don't know. I think there are all over.
What is the hidden gem for you in your region?
If I tell, it's no more hidden gems. I could go down to the Beito Valley, and there is this waterfall down in Beito. It's about 15 minutes drive from Beitostølen. It's Kalvedalen, it's called, and you just walk into a valley. It's like a end valley, and there is a really nice waterfall. And people, when it's raining, people will tend to be inside, but this is a really nice hidden gem when it's raining, because then the waterfall is really big. So I think there are many.
Yeah. So let's see, for the viewers, I can share my screen, and then we can, where is it? Share. It's a Chrome tab. Where is it? We have, as usual, the way. So we are. I am here where there is a little star, and Beitostølen is here. So you mean this region is?
Yeah, and you just go down the valley to Beito, and yes, you're very close here. Yeah.
Where is the way to Slettefjellet? Okay, I drove that. Here I saw like a herd of reindeer.
Yeah. That's a really bonus activity you can see. Yeah. I was actually up close to Bergen today, and I saw some really nice reindeer. Yeah.
Bergen is this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you go already here, that's probably flatter, but still here you have a lot of, not more than empty, because you have a lot of people doing multi-days hiking. It's called Jotunheimen Hike Trail. Yeah.
I remember also a nice activity in that region, which was trout fishing on a little lake. It was pretty funny too.
That was not a little lake. That was here, Øyangen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can do fishing, and so there is a lot to do. And yeah, that's always a question. How does Norway promote sustainable tourism? And how can tourists contribute to it? So your resort is like on the upfront of sustainable tourism, or in Beitostølen?
Yeah, I think you can't do tourism without being sustainable. I think all of Norway is a sustainable nation. I think that's the USP for Norway. It's just a nature country, and the energy. All this energy is natural. It's water energy, so it's a really country with clean energy. What I would suggest is to stay at accommodation that has this certified sustainable label. In Norway, there are many. One is Miljøfyrtårn. And there are 40 destinations in Norway that has a label for sustainable tourism. And I think the whole idea is the tourist should not, anyone shouldn't leave a footstep in the nature. It should be as nice today as in 100 years as it's today. So, and also we have really good public transportation in Norway. I think that's also a nice way to travel to see Norway. You don't have to concentrate on driving. You can just look out the window, see all the rivers, the farms, the valleys. We had a group from Spain, remember, a couple of years ago, and they were really interesting in the houses with grass on the roof. That was an attraction. So I think Norway is one of the key for Norway to travel is a really sustainable country, and the government they're also promoting Norway as the sustainable country. So it's a clean, fresh air. In the winter, we have also lots of snow, and in the summer, I think the temperatures are really vacation friendly. It's not too warm, it's not too cold, so it's a really nice place to be. And Norway is a really green country. In literally, the nature is green, so it's a really green and nice country to travel. We also have a lot of film companies coming to Norway to make film because of the location. They say you have great. So it's a nice place to travel in.
And also, if you have an electric car, there is more than enough charging stations. So don't worry to come with your electric car.
Yeah, I mean, I drove to Lofoten with an electric car. So we have a question here. In order to visit Lofoten, how is it to get there? From north, Solvær, or from the south by ferry from Bodø? Any tips? If the easiest to fly in is actually to fly to Evenes and rent a car from there. And then you just, that's the quickest, because to Evenes you have direct flight from Oslo in like a normal jet, like a 737 or this kind of jet. If you fly to Solvær, you have to take one of these little planes, and it costs much more. So check Evenes. I can show you where is it on my Bildschirmteilen. Atle, have you been to Lofoten or?
Oh yeah, I've been to up there. It's just maybe the nicest places on earth. It's really recommended.
I was there last year, and it's ruined by tourists. Evenes, here is the airport. So you fly there. It's called Evenes Harstad Narvik, and then you can do the whole stuff and back. So now we have one more guest here. He films for me sometimes, and he's also one of my co-workers. Welcome, Hassan or Mohammed.
Hello.
He has been to Beitostølen several times, and he liked very much. What is it? Sundshorn.
Oh yes, I've been there. Via Ferrata, I think it was.
Yeah.
That was very nice. Yeah.
Except you nearly fall down.
I nearly fell down. Yes, I forgot the instructions regarding I think it was the cable. Like you should not leave both cables off the line. Never do that.
Since we are speaking about via ferrata, where are the best spots to do that in Norway?
You have obviously the Sundshorn, which is, you have quite a nice view from the top. I checked it with a drone. I never been myself. Then there is the one in Loen. That's a famous one. And then you have the one in... so a lot of places are via ferratas. Let me check. Did you do others? Is this someone via ferrata in Norway? I think there is a complete. I think Visit Norway has a complete site with all their via. That's the one in Loen. They even have one in the city now. Okay. Yes, that's the one I've bought in Vega, but I don't know if they still do it because the stair has been destroyed. Mosjøen, is it with Nordlandstrapp, Bodø? Okay.
And there are, I guess, also these climbing and tree parks.
Yes, obviously there is a one in Beitostølen, the climbing park. Is it often visited, or Atle, or?
Oh yeah, it's very very popular. It's one of the most increased popular activities last years.
Yeah.
And it's at Bygdin. Bygdin is a really nice place where you have the Beatehorn boat, and there are plenty of active. You can take the Beatehorn boat in there, hike back. You hike up at Synsor, and then you walk down. Really nice view. Great experience. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But Hassan, have you done other hikes in Beitostølen, or we have done Besseggen together?
Yes, I've done Besseggen, I think back and forth. So you could take the ferry to, I think it was Memrubu, and then hike it back to Jendesheim. And I also tried the other way around, where you go from Jendesheim to Memrubu and then take the ferry back. So that was pretty cool. I think the taking the ferry back is way tough than taking it in the first place in the morning.
It's also because it's easier to go up the ridge than go down.
Yes, definitely.
That's a general thing. When you go hiking, it's easier to go the very steep part up than down. So if you can do a round tour, do it a steep up.
Yes.
And since we are already in the topic of hiking, climbing, are there possibility to follow guided tours if you don't dare to go alone? Or anybody knows that?
So there is, Atle?
Many groups, they to get them more knowledge about their tour. Example, we talk about Besseggen, of course, the top attraction hiking route around Beitostølen. To have a guide, you get more knowledge. People want to know and learn more about the environment, the mountains, the history. So it's more. I could say it's maybe double as a nice experience to have a guide, because then you learn a lot more. Because if you are from Australia, you probably come and hike Besseggen once, because it's a long flight, and when you're there, just a good advice to have a guide. Yeah.
I think we lost Atle. We lost you.
You lost me?
No,
you are back now.
Okay.
Yeah. But I had a discussion. Someone wrote on my channel. He said, Besseggen is so dangerous. There is no whaling, and the state doesn't do anything to protect us. What's the philosophy of that in Norway? Because I know in Preikestolen they don't want to put railings, because otherwise people would do more dangerous stuff like climbing over the railing.
Besseggen is named last year as a national tourist hike in Norway, and for many years there has been a Besseggen patrol. Somebody are patrolling every day, talking to the people, and I know the Yende boat that brings people in. It takes 20 minutes. They also are watch keepers. They check the clothing. If you don't have really nice shoes or clothing, if you're not well clothed and it's going to be cold, they also give advices. I think there is nice security around Besseggen, and nobody has fallen down. It's not steep. It is, but it's not really possible to fall down if you just follow the path. So I think it's safe if you use your brain.
Yeah, because there was a memorial plate, not on Besseggen itself, but like before, when you come down right before Bessvatnet, they changed the way. And it was if I bring up the map. If you don't know, this is ut.no, like the best, one of the best website to do for outdoor activities in Norway. No, wrong like this one. Here there was a memorial plate around this place. Last time I was there, you remember? And I think so they changed the path. I think it went up there before, and they changed it down. Yeah, but obviously it's a mountain. It's dangerous. So yeah. Good.
Should I bring up another question?
Yes, maybe we can one for the general question, which might.
Yeah, that's the one. Actually, I get quite a lot because my colleagues or similar knows that I go quite often to Norway. It's a bit about you are like there maybe in Oslo for a conference and you just have almost no time, like a weekend. What are the best of what can you do in a weekend? What should the tourist do?
Yeah, Beitostølen. That's an example. Yeah, or the classic Norway in a nutshell. What have we done?
Do you need a car for that? Or because normally when you go to a conference, you will be by airplane? Or when you go just for a business trip, for instance?
So you have buses. So in Beitostølen, the bus extra, or you can take the train. We also used to go. Can you go by boat? No, not so. From Oslo, we don't have any boats anymore. But
so it would remain in the surrounding, basically, of Oslo. There is no way somebody can quickly go up to Lofoten.
No, it's just to fly there, and no. If you have if you have the weekend, no, it's not worth. Because you want to minimize the travel time, so you actually see something. Yeah, Hassan has been specialized in. I mean, you were in Gallhøpingen, and the next day you were in Trolltunga.
Oh yes, but that was yeah. We had a car back then.
Yeah,
which I think it's a bit tight for a weekend trip. I would recommend the trip you told me about, Thierry, some time ago. That was Skaukums-Åsen.
Skaukums-Åsen, yeah.
Right, that was like very nearby to Oslo, and you get a very nice view around, overlooking Asker and Oslo at the same time. It was very nice. I could see Fornebu from there. It was very nice and clear.
Yeah,
I remember seeing Fornebu from there.
It's a view here, and you basically can take the train and the bus. So I mean, you don't need to go there, and you experience nature. And if you are in Oslo, I mean, they make now yesterday they opened the new national park here, the Østmarka National Park.
All right.
So, and you can basically go there by bus or train for a day trip.
Oh.
And with that, since we are now speaking about bus and trains, since you have plenty of experts, can you explain how it works, how to get tickets, and where to look it up and everything?
That's the others website for. Why can I type today correct? Let's make that media. So that's this site called Entur, and you write anything. And I know. Remember.
Let's go to Beitostølen since we have not so much now.
For 2 years ago, we went to Bergen. Hassan wanted to go to. You wanted to go to Geiranger.
Oh yes. I went to Geiranger by bus.
Does it work? Let's say, let's do it tomorrow. And search. And it was obviously, yeah. Okay, so is the alternative one, which takes 12 hours. And where does it take us? you basically go to Beitostølen, Fagernes, then you go to Dokka, to Lillehammer, then you take a train to Dombås, and from Dombås to Andalsnes, then you take a bus to Moab Traffic Terminal, Hellesult, and yes.
Yeah, I did that route like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I remember, but we stopped at Åndalsnes for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Just to take a break.
Yeah. And here you take a bus from terminal to Stryn, a night bus. So, but that's one thing. Is there's even another one. Oslo bus terminal. And isn't there a bus which goes to Flåm from Beitostølen during summer season?
Yes, there is a bus going there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, obviously I would have to change it to the summer season maybe. If I put that in 2nd of July, then that route will show up. But that's the problem, is if you want to go from these tourist places, okay, it starts to get difficult. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what about, because a lot of cities you have this hop on, hop off bus, or you can just, I don't know, I was in Singapore and you just go to get your guide and you click, oh, I take a day trip. Are there possibility like that?
In Oslo we have that. Mm-hmm. Do you have that in Beitostølen, or like bus tour, they drive around Valdres with the people?
You have the Valdres Express, and people take the bus up to the mountains, Bygdin.
What we mean is like a tour where you with a guide, and then you drive to all the famous places and stop in front of it. We did that once. We did that in Scotland. It was a Survive Scotland tour, and you rode from Edinburgh, and you went to Inverness, and you took to Loch Ness, and so.
Yeah, all the groups, they have, they come often with the buses, and they stop and go around, and yeah. And we just talked about Oslo, if they are in the conference in Oslo. I think, just staying in Oslo is plenty of attractions. I would recommend going up to Holmenkollen. 1 million visitors. You see the whole city. Great view, the ski jump, Holmenkollen, the ski museum, lots of history. All the Norwegians are born with skis, so you can learn why the Norwegians do all the gold medals in the Olympics. Also, in Bjørvika, the opera, the Munch Museum, just walking on the roof. And I really like the sculpture park, Vigelandsparken. And you have all this plenty of museums. Oslo is very 600,000 about, so it's not large distances to travel, and the public transportation is really great. Just hiking Karl Johan, going to the restaurants and see the
shopping at Aker Brygge.
The shopping, see the fjords. I think Oslo is really a lot. You can't do all in a weekend in Oslo, so I would recommend stay a couple days. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there are also a lot of little ferry drive. You can go on the fjord doing a little tour, or there's even like at my brother's place, which is like half an hour from Oslo. You have the feeling you are in the open wilderness, and you are already. Yeah, nobody's there anymore. So that's what I really enjoy. You are still close to a big city, but you can find very easily little spots. And with that, we lost my brother. And he's back. Okay.
Otherwise, I would be. We would have to stop if I did anything locally.
Your microphone sounds very far away.
My microphone sounds far away.
Yes.
That's my microphone.
Okay, let me bring up.
Dash.
Yeah, better.
Yes, good. Yeah, also, Oslo. But obviously, I live in Oslo. No, we don't live. We live next to Oslo. Oh yes, that's a question from Americans. They say, "Oh, can I have an Uber?" And what I have to explain is, Ubers are taxis. Because to run an Uber in Norway, you need a taxi license. If you drive an Uber, like an Uber Pop, like in the US, without a license, that's called a pirate taxi and is illegal. So
just take a normal taxi in that case.
Yes, and
Isn't
also
it a bit expensive?
Yeah, it's expensive because you will pay the same price as a taxi. The only thing is you get the app, but you can't see where the driver is, but you're going to pay the same thing.
And you also have Bolt.
Bolt? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have that in Beitostølen or no?
Not in Beitostølen, but in Oslo. I was actually in Oslo last week and we used a Bolt. Yeah.
Yeah. In Beitostølen, you have like a normal taxi or?
Yeah, normal taxi.
Yeah. Is it called Valdres taxi or Øystreslidre taxi or? Yeah. But so you will get the same service as in a taxi. It's just you can use the app, but don't accept like something cheaper.
Okay, I see some more questions. And so let's do a round. What's your favorite Norwegian food? I'm not living in Norway, so I'm not participating.
She likes waffles.
Oh, yeah, Norwegian waffle.
And she has that in Belgium too.
Yeah. Okay, who likes what?
Atle, as the only Norwegian in the trip, what is your favorite classic Norwegian food?
Oh, it's I like the local food. Norway has many kitchens with local food. It's very focused on local food. So wherever I travel, I just ask, "What's your signature local food?" And it's always good because it's the best they provide. So it's actually not one dish, but there is a flavor of local food. In the north, I was in Narvik, got some really nice local food. In Valdres, we have the fish. You put it in salt water or water salt. It's rock fish.
Yes,
and
we were at festival.
Yeah, there's a big festival first weekend of November in the regional center Fagernes in Valdres. 30,000 people comes, and it's kind of like a Norwegian sushi. It's really good.
I have we were there at we were there, and it's we had a very good time in and then the thing is you had this rock face, but you also had the food market where we went there and tried all the different stuff. I think it's one of the biggest of this event in Norway. Yeah. What is good in Norway also? If you want to really extreme and eat something you don't have anywhere in the world, that's a whale. It's first, you don't have to think fish because it's a mammal, and it has a texture and taste of a game. Yes, but a fishy taste because it lives in the sea, and it's very difficult to make because if you overcook it, it gets chewy. But if you go like to Vesterålen or Lofoten, that's the place to eat that traditionally.
So that's your favorite Norwegian food, or do you have
whale? And I haven't met a Norwegian which likes whale. I like reindeer very much.
What do you like?
It's not hunting season now. Yeah. What
And
is your favorite, Hassan?
Yes.
What's your favorite? What did you appreciate? The favorite Norwegian food?
So I've tried the rockfisk in Valdres with the Thierry. That was very, very nice. Strong, very surprising taste you get. You don't expect taste, and it hits you the first time, I think. But my favorite has to be the pinnekjøtt. with the saltiness. I love the saltiness. It's very nice.
Can you explain what it is?
So I think it's ribs or.
Okay, you take a lamb or sheep which is dried, because you store it, and then for Christmas they water it up and salt it, and then I never made it, and then they stack it with pinne as a piece of wood, and then they damp it.
And
let me see
leave
if
it
I
for
can-
hours and hours, I think,
I
or
think
something.
it's pinne shut. Let me get the screen. That's pinne shut. That's how you eat it. I don't know. Yeah, so you steam it and then you eat it with potato and sauce. But like every Norwegian family has their Christmas dishes. What is it for you, Atle? Ribbe or?
Ribbe, yes, and
Ribbe.
ribbe.
So I can quickly norsk ribbe. So I can. That's basically a pork belly, which is put in the oven like a roast for a couple of hours, and served with you have sausages and kjøttboller of friskassé and potatoes and sauce and surkål, which is a kind of sour coal. And if you serve that like that to a German or he would like it, because it's like something you would eat at home. Pinnekjøtt is a bit more special. Oh, and for sweet stuff, what do we like in Norway, which is sweet?
Nougat.
Kanelboller.
I always have to buy the little cute tubes. I can really recommend it for trekking food. A box of nougat. And since we are in trekking food, the leverpastei, or how is that called? Yeah, there are these little tiny tubes. That's quite useful. This single portion. Okay, it makes a lot of waste since we are now already in the sustainable. And the leverpastei.
Yeah,
that's
practical, because you have the fresh one, which you need to keep in the fridge.
Yeah, I always get a little
like this one.
Yeah,
but you have the box one, and that's practical because you can carry it with you. It doesn't need refrigerating.
Mm-hmm. And very weird is your what is that? The stuff in the tube, the caviar in the tube, I think.
Oh. This thing.
Yeah, so that's a specialty. You can eat Norwegian food without going to a restaurant by just backpacking. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Freya chocolate.
Bløtkake.
Oh, of course.
Oh, what's that? I never. Atle suggested.
And the brunost. We should not miss brunost.
Oh, that's something. Yes. Okay, I didn't know how to name, but we obviously have that in Switzerland, and in Germany they also have similar cakes.
Yeah, multi-layered cream cakes. Type explains the brunost for the experimental tourist on food.
Okay, brunost.
It looks very unsuspicious.
Okay. I have a film about it, actually. You can go. Where is it? Where is... how was she called again? The lady here from Beitostølen. She makes cheese, goat cheese. Why do I have commercial on my own video? Okay, that's and then she makes cheese here. And when you make the cheese, you get the part of the cheese is the proteins which have coagulated. And when she starts making the cheese, you can see me, and you feel it in the pots. The liquid will, how's it called in English? I have
the stills.
The molke. That will run out, and it will be. They have to collect it, and in some places you fed it to the pig, and in Switzerland they make a lemonade out of it. Yeah. And in Norway, they make brunost. So you collect it, and then she showed it here. She has her pot. That's traditional brunost. And then she cook it for like 12 hours until you get this brown thing. So
Caramelized.
it's basically a caramel. So don't think when you put it in your mouth that's cheese. That's happened to me, and that's why I don't like it. If you say, oh, it's caramel or something like that, then your brain is triggered to eat it. And Norwegians, they like to eat it with waffles.
And since we can maybe close our food chapter with today's very important topic. What about vegetarian and vegan? I guess Oslo, no issue. What about the rural areas? Any experience with that?
Do you have vegetarian restaurants in your resort, or Atle?
I think all the kitchens have vegetarian dishes. I think there are many different tastes, and also a very important thing is different types of allergy people have. And I think, at least from my know-how, where I have been around, the Norwegian kitchens, they have very much knowledge about allergy and vegetarians and different kind of food. Not I think, the Norwegian kitchens, when they go to the Buku in the championship cooking championships, they are at the top there. So we have a very good kitchen in Norway, and the know-how is very. I'm very proud of the Norwegian kitchen.
Yeah, I thought for people with gluten-free, that's what I always say. There are so many people with gluten intolerance or allergies in Norway.
Yep.
That it's you just ask and they say, "Oh, we have it, and traditional dishes don't have gluten."
Mostly potato-based.
Kjøttkaker with potato ertestua without gluten, also fish dishes. Yeah. And also in our canteen, because we have many foreigners, they always have the vegetarian option.
Yeah.
You like to take that as?
Yeah, it's very nice to have the option.
Yeah. But vegan, that's more difficult, I think.
Although I heard about vegan festivals in Oslo.
Yeah, but if you are
year.
if you're on the countryside,
right.
outside tourist spot, because I don't know where to go eat vegan, because I'm not vegan. My specialty is 10 kilo of meat on the barbecue. Yeah. Have you gotten a new gourmet restaurant now or is Heimat still closed in Beitostølen?
Oh, I think there are many nice. Casa Montagna just opened a year ago. And we have 12 restaurants in Beitostølen. And, when you have so many restaurants, you have to hire your level. And it's competition is what brings the quality up. And the winners are the customers that comes even get better and better food. So I'm very proud of all the really nice restaurants, and people are happy. And it's sustainable because you have 12 restaurants in a resort with 363 inhabitants, but it's not those. That's the main market. It's the tourists and the cabin owners. So food is important. Food is what we have breakfast, lunch, and dinner 3 times a day. And I think food is one of the, you have nature, you have culture and sports and activities, but food is one up there on the bucket list.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Maybe my sister can pick one more question or a couple of more.
An interesting one here. Let me put that up.
I think the municipality of Oslo has abolished the public firework. Yeah, but Norwegians, when there is a 31st at midnight, then they will all shoot their fireworks, and then you think the Third World War starts. Yeah, and some people they shoot a lot, so you will see some fireworks, but public ones not that common, or maybe in some other big cities. And restaurants, obviously, any restaurant you like, you can take. They will be open because they have also probably a New Year's menu. I don't know. In your hotels, you have special events for New Year's Eve, or
Oh,
Atle?
I think the kitchen they make the largest buffet a year. It's the trophy buffet. They just want to show off, and there is also firework. We have it not public, but we all companies in Beitostølen. We have it from the ski hill, so it's a huge one. I really like the firework that's organized because it's more safe. Yeah.
Yeah. So where I live, we all go to our Badebrygge. So we have a little pier, but obviously the lake is frozen. And when the lake is frozen, we just put the fireworks 20 meters from there and shoot it. And then the next day you go and pick it up. So, but there was 1 year it was not frozen and it was not a bit more dangerous. Yeah. So,
Okay.
one more question.
I have actually a very specific question again about travel, a lot of travel question. About traveling between Oslo, Bergen, and Flåm, it seems that there is confusion on how to do it best.
Okay, let me bring the map again with all the nice people here. So that's what most tourists want to do when they come to Norway. They fly into Oslo and want to go to Bergen. So obviously they take the train, which drives so, and then it goes here, straight to Hardangervidda. And then you have Flåm, which is here. And you have another train line called the Flåm line, which drives down here. And this is UNESCO World Heritage Site. That's where, and then you take the boat and they go here, Gudvangen. And when you're in Gudvangen, you take a bus and you go to Voss, where you take the train again. That's what's called Norway in a nutshell. And then there is, when you have done that, you can either go back to Oslo with train or continue to Bergen. But
it's 2 days for doing that?
You can do it in one, but it's a long day.
Okay. If it's summer, it's also long days. So
yeah, but obviously there isn't the option to take an express boat, which does all the Sandefjord here, and it's quite complex. Yeah, so and goes to Bergen. So I mean, here you have the Wall and this island. And the other here, you have to take the bus. But obviously, if you take the boat, you won't do the Narøyfjord. So it's both possible. You can do one way like that, and then the other way, the other round trip. So it depends how much time you have. Yeah, but that's I think I should make a video because there is a lot of question about Explore Norway. And yes, if any of our guests watching our live stream have questions, and just write them.
Yeah, in our big list of collected questions, I have actually a follow-up question which just fits the topic. The rainy weather in Bergen.
Okay, you have to. So in Norway, if it rains very strong, that's short. And otherwise, it rains not very strong compared to the tropics. I mean, you have currently been to the Seychelles. How does it rains completely different there?
So I was standing in the bus and I wanted to do a picture and I stepped out to meet her and I was drenched. So it's tropical rain. It's like Downpure. I have not seen that in Norway, to be honest.
No, it's more like this. We have in Norway, we have a lot of words for rain, and you have something called yr, or how you pronounce it correctly. Yeah, that is very fine rain. But I was in northern Norway and it rained the whole day. But with normal jacket, you will survive. Yeah. And we had again a question here from Greg. And Greg, if you want to do, it is on my shortcut list here. So resources, that's obviously ut.no, which is you find all the maps, or why is it slow today? You can also have DNT, that's a Norwegian Tour Association, and they have organized tours, and also you find all their cabins where you can stay overnight. And obviously you have the organized tour if you don't want to go alone. So if you book something like that, you are going to meet the locals. Yeah.
I can also recommend visit Norway.no. They got like the highlight hiking.
Yeah. If it's specific, or go to the local tourist office. I mean, in Beitostølen, they have very good people there which have done everything. So you go and ask them, and he will look at it. Oh, I want to do that and that, or oh, go to this mountain, or oh, better this one is for you, and so. So I called Petter. He's quite good there, and probably the tourist office in other places are as good. It's not like we were in Madeira where they had no clue.
That was funny. We went to the tourist office and asked for a hike, and she basically looked at us and was like, "Oh, you cannot hike here." And when you went to the Komoot app, or however it's called, there was like literally 20 different hikes. So it was like, okay. Okay. And since we are again in hiking and backpacking, I have in our list found another question, maybe about backpacking gear and camping for Norwegian wilderness. Is there any danger to put out a tent? Are you going to fear being killed by a bear, or I don't know, getting a collision with an elk? What is? Can you tell us maybe a bit more about all that topic?
A friend of me, he put up his tent, and the next morning he was surrounded by mosquitoes. And then he spent the whole day on a stone and got sunburned, and then the tour come, and the guy told him he should not be there. He likes to tell his story. The most dangerous is if the weather turns.
I will also say that bring warm clothes. It could be warm in the day in Norway, the sun is shining, and during the night when you put on the tent, it could be cold. It could be in September, it could, turn down to 0. During the day, it's, 16, 17, 18. So I would recommend having wool as the layer, underlayer. Wool is not heavy, so it's just easy to put back at the bottom, but it's your best friend in the night, I promise.
And because I do sometimes bivouacking and there is a lot of legislation in Europe where you are allowed to put a tent or a bivouac. Is there any rules in Norway in the moment? Because it might change. If I come with my little bivouac and a tarp, can I just pick it up somewhere, or do I need to be careful about that?
I think in most of the national parks, every summer I go with my daughter, we hike in the national park Jotunheim, and we do different tours. And I I haven't seen any restrictions. That's a national park where you can tent all over, I think. Yeah, but it's nice to check. The story about the mosquitoes. It's where do some research. Is there dangerous animals around this area? Maybe not tent at the mosques where the mosquitoes stay. I wouldn't recommend that, but it's a good story.
Yes.
To learn from.
Obviously, in Lofoten, there are places which are now forbidden to camp. But in general, this camping is the law is Allemannsretten, which says you have to keep 150 made from other people, and if it's someone's private ground, you need to ask permission and so on. And it's 2 or 3 days in the same place, and you have to check for fire if you want to make one, because that's also regulated. Yeah. For mosquito protection, what Greg asks, that depends where you are. If you are close to the sea, you don't need that. But if you are in inner Finnmark, then you cannot go out of the house. We were there 9 years ago, and I had to wear gloves and stuff to walk outside, otherwise you get sucked dry. So it's really, if there is a little wind, then no mosquitoes.
I think I can add something there as well. That one equipment that you should have while camping is a head torch, like a head lamp. It's very essential when it gets in the night. People sometimes tend to forget that. It's very important because you may run out of phone battery, but you'll always have that head torch with you.
And a phone with like a couple of lumen, and you are in the dark, you just don't see that much. So
okay,
I would say 300-400 lumen.
Yeah, but now it's not dark anymore, so that goes.
Yeah,
but
it's not an issue.
Because if you go like when you went to Trolltunga, for example, and it gets night, it's night. It's not. We were this 4 years ago. We were in Hinseter.
That was nice.
And we went snowshoe hiking in the dark, and then she told us to turn off the light. Even if I see very well in the dark, I was able to find the only liquid water and walk in.
Yeah, but that's
the only fence which was sticking outside the snow, so you don't see anything. Yeah. What else do we need? Okay, I need like camera X2, camera 3, a drone, lots of batteries.
And you are filmmaking.
Yes.
I love my little down jacket and the down skirt. My brother bought me a down skirt. I can really recommend that piece of equipment. It's like a square, and when you just put it around your leg like a skirt, so you can easily put it on, put it out. So when you start a hike,
it's something.
If you can sit on it like a sitting mattress, you can put it around your shoulder, or you can squeeze it back in your backpack. I'm not sure. I think a man can also wear it, to be honest. I don't think
actually it's unisex.
Genderic thing. It's a really nice piece of equipment to quickly, when you do a stop, especially snowshoeing, and you just wrap it around your leg.
Yeah,
very useful.
You have the zipper all along.
Yeah, so. A zipper, and you can have shorter or longer depending your preference, and down or synthetics or isolation padding. Very useful piece.
Okay.
Since we are with backpacking camping, I know a lot of places in national park, like the through hikes in US, you cannot poop anymore in the woods, and you need to take a little poop bag. What's in Norway? Where is that?
In Lofoten, it's like that now.
So you need a little shower too.
No, you need to have the doggy bag. The doggy bag.
Doggy bag. Okay.
We had one more, because what I see often is question where we can rent camping gear.
Can you rent camping gear in Norway?
Like a tent and hiking shoes, and because people come unprepared and don't want to buy it. I mean,
I know there are places where indeed you can rent for your hike, but I'm not sure in Norway. I didn't saw it, to be honest.
Atle, you are obviously you have your father had a sports shop, so
yeah,
and a ski rental.
This is a very good question. I think if somebody sees this, there is a new business opportunity. Bring your tent from New York, coming. That's a tough one. It's a good idea you could rent a tent. I haven't seen any that. Well, let's try to Google where can you rent a tent. Maybe somebody started this business. It's a good idea.
I know one organization in Oslo, at least, that's called BOA.
Yeah.
That I know. They rent camping gear for free, at least, for a week. So you could, I don't know if you can bring it. Yeah, that's the website.
Yeah, but that's meant for.
Nice,
but that's meant for local people which don't have the money to Årsavgift.
Yeah, you need to have a Norwegian number to be able to book the equipment. So you need to be registered somehow or have a Norwegian number.
Barnge on unge aktivitet. Yeah, it's not meant for tourists.
Yes.
So, and obviously the page is only in Norwegian, so
not that helpful. What I definitely know it's not a problem is to find the gas canister, because you cannot take them in airplane, but you can easily buy. I think even in supermarket you find it.
Yeah.
And also all the freeze-dried food and this type of energy bar, that's totally not a problem to fuel up in Norway.
Okay, we have huglo.no. Okay, Atle has. Let's show it here. Okay, that's something where you can rent anything you want.
Oh, nice.
But obviously, that's again something is meant for local people and not tourists.
Yeah.
Yeah. But maybe that's something for your sport shop.
Great idea.
Yeah, I mean, you already rent out skis. You have also winter equipment.
Yeah.
Yes, that's also it increase, and then and you need a bit more if you have a big backpack and you need a sleeping bag.
Sleeping bag is always a bit hygienic. I find it always a bit difficult. But today, sleeping bag, I have my quilt. It's like literally 300 grams. So that you still can stuff in a bag, I guess. But sleeping mattress or things like that could be, especially the closed cell, which are still a bit bulky and are like durable.
Yeah. But also, it's this renting, because a lot of people ask for, it's in other countries, it's like more common to rent, because here in Norway everybody has it.
Yeah.
But I know in Lofoten you can rent fishing gear, for example. Yeah.
Like a sport.
Okay, let's see, what kind of questions?
I see one here, which is a very specific question. Maybe we have the experts still to answer it.
Okay, yes, that's the worst ferry in Norway. Let me get to the map again. Where is it? This one up. The ferry, that's this ferry here. It takes a bit under 2 hours to drive it, and it drives 3 times a day. And when I was there in 2015, we had to wait for 5 hours to get on because we were there and there were too many people. So the lady here asked if she can park it here. So I tried to find the rules. How is it to park at a ferry queue? And so the only rule I could find was that you can, if you are parked in the ferry, in the lane, you have to move the car when the ferry comes. So according to that rule, you can put your car there in the evening and take it the next day. If you are 15 minutes away, you can, and then you have to be there at 8:30. Yeah, but the problem is you cannot book that ferry. So
Okay. That makes
and
more.
if you miss it or so, you have to sleep there, or it's like 9 hours to drive around. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And maybe, what about the last question for today?
Okay.
A scenic drive. Yeah.
I say that was the first thing. If you're on a budget, don't go to Flåm. It's like, if you're on a budget, don't go to Lofoten. And
tell us some
Flåm
prices
is one of the
so we can relate to it.
What?
Tell us some prices.
Oh, let's just see. We can see how much is it in Flåm. I don't want to be here. Oh.
So it's about €100 a night. No, that's more. I cannot see it.
It's more like 4,000 NOK a night.
That's roughly 450, €500.
And it's already probably booked out. So no, it's not even booked out.
It's also not really the main holiday period, right?
No, it's because everybody wants to. Let's fret time. That's I don't even have the prices here. Oh yeah. So as I say, there is no. It's one of the places everybody wants to go, and Flåm is basically a station and a harbor. And so if you can, you can go to Voss. I mean, even Fleischer's hotel is cheaper than that in Voss. Is it this one? Yeah. And it's just with the train 1 hour, or with the bus, so you're still close to all the things.
Oh, Voss is very nice.
Yeah,
a lot of activity to do.
Or even if you stay in it has to get far. But just here it's a hotspot, and it goes gradually down. I mean, just in Sogndal, it's like normal priced.
Myrkdalen?
Where is that? Myrkdal? Isn't that a ski resort up there?
Yeah, it's close to Voss.
Yeah. Have you been there to look at the ski resort, or?
Yeah, I know the people there. It's a nice accommodation. It's between Voss and Flåm. Yeah.
Yeah. And you had That's basically where all the tourists want to go. So, but as I said, if you go to Norway, just go anywhere else. It's still as beautiful, and as you don't need to go to the hotspots. Yeah. I mean, this part of the fjord is also very nice, and you see it's like cheaper. Yeah. So let's do one more question, and then we do we have one more question?
Yeah, I have again traveling question.
I had a discussion with someone on my YouTube channel about that. He was in Bergen, and he wanted to do the new here, and he wanted to do the Rauma Line, which is
not sharing.
Up here.
I'm
not sharing.
No. It's like in a business meeting here.
Yeah. So you have the Rauma Line is this line, this thing, and when you are here. So you have to take a train. And you don't do that in one day. You basically have to sleep somewhere there if you want to do that. No other way, because it takes like 12 hours. We can check our from Bergen to Åndalsnes.
Yeah, I think I imagine you'll be going to Stryn.
No, you go to Oslo.
You go to Oslo. Wow.
You go to Oslo. That's the quickest. Yeah, it's what it does. You go to. That's how you do.
I would recommend flying to Oslo. Though.
Actually, here.
Is there a little bus?
Yeah, you can also take a bus straight through.
Oh, nice.
But it takes you 12 and a half, 13 hours.
That's like me going to the Seychelles from Frankfurt. It took me also like.
I mean, you are in a bus from Bergen to Ålesund for 8 hours, and yeah.
And I don't think it's like Flixbus or BlaBlaCar where you have toilets in the bus, so it might be a bit more difficult.
I don't know because it is a long distance bus.
Okay, would be interesting. For our next, we can put that on our question list for our next long distance hike and long distance buses in Norway.
Yeah. Good. Are there any more questions from the viewers? Greg, are you still here? Yeah, there is probably a delay. Let's check.
That looks good.
It looks good. I think. Can we? Where is it? So then I think we will leave it for today. I hope. I want to thank you, our guest, for joining and taking the time to solve questions of our viewers. So, and we also congratulate Hassan for having made a Trolltunga video, which just passed 1,000 views, and it's keep going strong. Yeah,
Thank you. It's nice
it
to
was
hear.
the toughest hike in Norway.
What is my toughest hike
No,
in
is
Norway?
it the toughest hike in Norway, Trolltunga?
No. It's very long, but not the toughest.
Okay, now our next question. What will be the ranking of the toughest hikes in Norway?
What's the toughest hike in Norway? Atle, do you have any? What was the toughest hike you have done?
I think Besseggen is my toughest hike, yeah, for sure.
I haven't done.
Norway
I haven't
has
done
not
it.
challenged me really in the moment, but I have never done super long hikes.
I think the toughest I have seen is I've seen on Ut. Where is it? It's this one here. The Seven Sisters. There is one which say this one, the black one here.
Where is that?
Sandnessjøen. They even removed it. Yeah, it was if you do all the Seven Sisters, it's like 13 hours and 3,500 meters.
Oh, that's what I did when I crossed in Ticino, Switzerland.
Yeah.
It's 2.5 up, 1,000, 2.5 down, and over 24 kilometers.
Yeah, it
That
takes
was my
15 hours.
longest ever hike, and you should put 40,000 steps and never miss it, because then you go down the mountain.
Here it is. Yeah, here it is.
Cool, let's plan it.
So, because you go like you have all these 7 summits, which makes it.
Wow.
Yeah. It's recommended to do it in 2 days.
Okay, with a bivacking.
Yeah. Okay. There are some more questions here. Oh.
never thought about
The
that.
problem is I don't fly in Norway. I use my Tesla. Have you used Widerø or never? Atle or?
I have never. I saw that campaign some years ago. Let's Google it.
Yeah. That's a good thing. But they have been bought by Norwegian. think it was 2016.
Yeah.
I think they don't have it anymore because all the thing I found is I said Widerøe Norge rundt. Ah, here. No, they don't seem to have that anymore. Yeah, so it's probably it's, but they have been bought by Norwegian, so probably they stopped having that. Okay, then I think it was a good stream. We had good questions. Thank you to all our guests, and yes, bye, and next time. Mohammed, I see you tomorrow at work.
Yeah.
See
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Bye.
Okay.
You.
Bye.
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 I keep the browser open so we can download the stream. Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.